Let's get ready for another Sunday appetizer. Let's cook.
The Sunday dinner chef will make you feel fine. Sit down, let's have a drink and enjoy the show.
Today we're going to be making, are you tired of it yet? Pork, okay. Also we're going to make it some peppers and onions, all right. But we're going to be making some flatbread, okay. We're going to make tiny, small little appetizers with this inside of it with some cheese. So let's get started. Okay, into the mixing bowl here, I'm going to be putting in 1 cup of, actually it's 00 flour that I'm using. You can just use regular flour. Level it off a little bit. I have a little bit of oil in the bottom here. And I'm going to be adding in 1 cup of flour. And these are some minced up or cut up scallion greens that I'm going to put in. So this right here, this flatbread is going to be almost like an onion bread. Now, I'm also going to be taking a 1/2 cup of water. Let me get this over here. I'm going to add this in. That's it, nothing else. I'm going to take it over to the mixer. We're going to mix it up. Okay, dough is finished. Now I'm just going to let it sit. Now there's no, it might rise itself, okay, but this is going to be flatbread, so I want to keep it really come out good. Give you an idea right there what it looks like. Got some of the onion in it. So what I'm going to do is just going to knead this a little bit together, okay, and then I'm going to let it sit and put a little bit of oil on it, just so it doesn't stick to the bowl. And like I said, just a little bit. This is a small amount. I don't want to make a lot of these, but in the same token, I want to make enough to have a nice appetizer. Yeah, nice coating of olive oil on there. And you can use any kind of oil you want. I want this to sit the way it is. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to make these as small as possible. And today, what I'm using is all blue stoneware. It's actually lava stone. I'll be using this pan right here to make the flatbreads. All right, and also this one here I'm going to be using, give it the pork that grilled look, and also I will be cooking up the peppers and onions and some of the garlic, and I'm going to add a little bit of jalapeno into it. Give it that little bit of a kick. These are great appetizers. This is great for if you have somebody pop over on a Sunday or something like that. You can make this up very fast. All right, pork is all sliced up. So what I'm going to do now is into a mixing bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of bigger Tommy spice. Okay, I'll put that in. Just going to roll it around a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, basically the center pieces, okay, and I'll lay them out into the bowl. It'd be nice if I got the camera side of it. Okay, I'm going to do these first, and then I'm going to do the rest of the meat there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on them, okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit more Tommy spice to it. Now the Tommy spice is actually sea salt or kosher salt, coarse, also granulated garlic, granulated onion, and coarse black pepper. Now, the coarser the better, okay, works out. I don't like using powders because powders seem to clump. Now, just an old thing I learned from years and years ago in the kitchen. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to start with these right here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start lining these up. This is going to go pretty quick. I'm going to just lay these little pork cutlets out onto the grilled pan. Now this is going to make it look like it was done on a gas grill or regular barbecue grill. Just going to give you that lines. Once I put it into the flatbread, you're not going to see it. So, but I want it thin enough so that pretty much they all cook even. this over here like that. One more in the middle. Now, like I said, this is going to go quick. So, now, like I said, pork is very easy to cook. And as you can see right here, you can see all the lines that are on there just for effects. But it cooks up fairly quickly. So we're going to get this appetizer moving along. Okay, last of the pork is in here. Here's some of right here that is finished. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also add a little bit more olive oil into it. Also, I'm going to be shaking on, here it is, some Tommy spice onto it right here. Now, here's the little bit of a kicker that I'm going to add to this. I'm going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. Now, throughout the years in the restaurant, we started out with what they called open pit, and it was done by Kraft Foods. And we used that for quite a few years, and then we went to Masterpiece. I think it's Cattleman's Masterpiece Choice or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of not good stuff in here, but I got to tell you, the flavor brought me back to the days when we were doing ribs, the old way, okay, without all this new smoking and stuff like that. And that's what we put it on there with, and it was a big crowd pleaser. So I don't want to talk too much about that. So I'm going to start taking some of these, flipping these around over here. Okay. Just want to get the marks on them because this is thin enough. They're done. I'm going to add a little bit more barbecue. So I don't overpower it. Okay. I don't like to overpower anything meat-wise with spices. I'm going to taste the meat. I'm going to be able to taste the meat. Now, on this particular, I could have gotten away with using a small, tortillas, stuff like that. I like to make my own stuff. Now, with this dough that I'm making, okay, you see right here, it's setting up pretty nice. It's pretty firm now. What I'll do is I'll roll that out on the board after I wash everything up. Roll this out on the board. I'll flatten these out and they'll go on to the other pan. We'll be getting ready to eat this pretty soon. But before I do it, okay, I'm going to get rid of some of these other pieces that are on here. I'll move some of them around. And get them out of the way. I'm going to add in the jalapenos and leave them whole because I'll cut them up later on. I'm going to sort of like scorch them a little bit. Look at this crazy looking pepper right here. At first I looked at it, so oh, wait a minute, they put in the habanero, but it's a sweet yellow pepper, just the way it grew. I'm going to throw that one in there, and also that red one. And then I have some scallion and also some garlic that are up in here, and I'll finish that off in this one pan here. Okay, peppers are done, and I got to tell you, this jalapeno here has got some heat to her. So I'm just going to do is I'm leaving the skin on. I'm not going to peel it off. I didn't crunch it up that much. It's pliable enough for what I want to use it for. And we're just going to slice all these peppers up. Now you might have noticed that I'm wearing Mama Papa Joe barbecue. If you haven't seen them yet or watched any of their videos, I tell you what, they're quite the team. Okay, husband and wife, both involved in barbecue for many years. Okay, I don't think CJ's doing it too much anymore, but what a great cook. He knows his way around a barbecue like nobody I've ever seen. Great supporter of mine, and I really do appreciate him a lot. So if you can, go check him out. I'll leave a description in the bottom, and go check out his videos. You will not be sorry. Alright, just going to cut these up a little bit more here. I'm doing them long so I can put them in with the pork so I don't get lost. There again, I don't make a lot because it's just the two of us. Okay, everything's washed up. Put a little flour onto the board here. Got some oil. That was in the pan, in the bowl, I should say. I keep saying. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to roll this. As you can see, this has got olive oil on it. Okay, we're just going to roll this out. You know what? I'm going to bring it back together again. Now, so being that there's only 2 of us here, I'm not going to make a lot of these, but it's good to let sit after a while, and you can either eat them real cold or hot or whatever. They stay for a little bit. And what I like about it is, you've seen the ingredients that went in here. There's no additives. There's nothing to stabilize it. It's good for a day or 2. And that's basically it. Okay, there we have it right there. Now I'm going to fire up the pan. We're going to get this thing going. Okay, just for the hell of it, find the middle, cut them. Okay, roll them up a little bit. You can see the inside of the dough there. All right, divide it again in half. Cut them up. Okay, and just go right down the line with it. You can take these. There is no set size for them. It's however you want it to fall. As you can see, it is very, very sticky in the middle, which is fine. Stick this, cut this one here. That over there. So that means I'm going to need a lot of flour to get these going. So we'll put them 2 together. A couple smaller ones. One more here to roll these out. Okay, flour up my little rolling pin here. It's a wooden dowel. Just gonna lay this out. Like I said, no rhyme or reason to it. You don't have to have a crazy shape. Okay, pick it over. Don't want these too big because these are appetizers. And if you don't make enough, you can always put. By the way, look how nice this looks. Really good. You can just lay the meat, dress it up nice, put some toothpicks on the side, and there we go. All right, let's go over to the pan. All right, pan's nice and hot. This is probably about as big as you want them. Now put that on. Check this over here. Okay, just gonna let that go. All right, as you can see here, they're starting to brown up a little bit on here. This one's a little thick, but you can make them anywhere you want. In the beginning, when I first started doing this, I was making my own flatbreads and stuff. I was like torn that I couldn't get them perfectly round. Okay, and then I watched a couple videos from different countries that make flatbread. I'm saying, well, they're not round, so you can make them any way you want. Now, if you have anything left over, I'll lower that down. That one burnt a little bit. Now, if you have it, excuse me, any left over, you can take another skillet, okay, put a little bit of oil in it, and you can actually fry these up, put some salsa and stuff on it. But they're good just the way they are. We're gonna finish this out, and I'll bring you back here when we're all finished. Okay, at this point right now, I'm going to be putting this whole thing together. Flatbread come out perfect. Make your own flatbread. It's so easy to do. You'll feel much more satisfied doing it yourself, okay? You know exactly what's in there. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of that barbecue sauce on there. There again, not a lot. You want this just to enhance the flavor a little bit. I got to tell you, the jalapenos was a little spicy. Now, what I'm going to add on here is some of the pickled red onions that I make. Please don't forget to go check out Mama Papa Joe Barbecue. CJ's a great guy. Also, he is a championship barbecue guy. I'm telling you, you want to learn how to barbecue? Check him out. Also, now I'm going to be putting in the skewers. I'm going to cut this into 3s, and then we're going to get ready to dive into this. Please, everybody, hit that like and subscribe button, okay? It means a lot for me, and also trying to build a channel up here, so if you can watch a few videos, help me out with some watch hours. This appetizers you can't go wrong with. Now today again, it was 110 degrees outside, so it's very hot trying to fire up the smoker or the grill. It's a little bit too hot outside. Plus, this one, everything done on top of the stove. Really easy. Well, there you have it right there. That is my flatbread with barbecued pork, grilled pork, and also some jalapenos, peppers, onions, and pork. You can't get no better. Make your own flatbread. All right, everybody, listen, hit that like and subscribe. See you next week. Stay in touch and also be safe. Take care, everyone.
The Sunday dinner chef will always care for you.